F1 breaking news. Mercedes makes an insane decision for GP Spain. The theme around Mercedes ahead of each race this season has been the same. Would this be the weekend when the reigning F1 world champion finally unleashed the potential of their car, the W13? However, with just over a quarter of the season gone, there is growing concern over Mercedes' innovative car concept. Is taking the team down a dead end? What is the insane decision for Grand Prix Spain? So, welcome back to Formula One News. We are back with another interesting video. Today, I'll tell you about Mercedes' insane decision for the Grand Prix Spain. So without any further ado, let's get into the video right away. Mercedes will make a major choice about the future of their Formula One car, the W13, at the Spanish Grand Prix. At the Spanish Grand Prix, Mercedes believes it has a revived belief that it can compete for the Formula One championship this year. Mercedes hopes that by bringing new parts to upcoming races, it can bring its car back up the grid. However, the solution might not be that easy. Mercedes' biggest problem is that at high speeds, its cars start to bounce on their suspensions. This has a number of effects on performance, including making it very hard for drivers to attack corners. The bouncing is called porpoising in F1 because the vertical movement of the car is said to look like a porpoise swimming through the water. Several teams do it, but it has hurt Mercedes more than any other team. Specifically, the bouncing is a direct result of F1's regulation changes for 2022, which allow teams to produce downforce from the underside of the car through the use of ground effect aerodynamics. Basically, the length of the car's floor is like an upside-down airplane wing, with the lower surface shaped to create low air pressure and pull the car to the track. The floor creates so much downforce that it risks bottoming out and halting the car's underfloor aerodynamics. Due to the stalled floor's rapid loss of downforce, the automobile lifts up on its suspension, allowing the underfloor aerodynamics to force it back down. By increasing the car's ride height, Mercedes engineers can prevent the car from bottoming out, but it means sacrificing downforce. However, despite the W13's initial design, the vehicle has never been able to reach the ride height at which it was originally planned to operate. If you look at the Mercedes car design, you can immediately tell where it differs from those of its competitors in many ways. The thin side pods of the W13 make it more difficult to manage the airflow around the vehicle since they expose more of the floor on the upper side. As a result of this, Mercedes has had more issues with the floor flexing than its rivals. On a grid walk, our floor edges basically extend out considerably wider than everyone else's, which of course gives it a much greater latitude of possible instability, Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff stated in Miami at the most recent race. "It's where our concept differs," he said. The car's rear wing drew a lot of attention in Miami, but the upgrades had been in the works for some time and were not focused on solving the porpoising problem. 2 weeks ago, the low-drag rear wing debuted on the car and would have been delivered to the car regardless of the car's performance in earlier rounds. But it wasn't Mercedes' aim when they upgraded the rear wing in Miami, and it wasn't an idea that came from the paddock or from the company itself either. After the Miami Grand Prix, Wolff was asked if Mercedes was close to giving up on their side podless concept. It's a design that produced numerous issues in the first 5 races, most notably excessive porpoising, which damaged George Russell's vehicle in Imola. "We are still committed to the current idea, and we need to be, because if we don't believe and give the other one a 50% chance, then you should switch now," Wolff said. Wolff used the chance to express his faith in the Mercedes workforce, which has worked together to develop vehicles that have won championships in each of the previous 8 seasons, but he acknowledged that the race in Barcelona will be an important point in the season. According to what he said to the media, "We need to give all of our people the benefit of the doubt, especially those who have developed fantastic race cars in the past, and we believe that this is the road to follow." But Barcelona is clearly going to be a point in time where we are able to correlate with what we've observed in February during testing and get more data, he said. Later on in the interview, he made his point very clear by saying, "By then, we've got to look ourselves in the mirror and ask, did we get it wrong or not?" A positive point for Mercedes is the fact that they were able to test at Barcelona during the preseason. As a result, modern F1 drivers have done many thousands of laps around the venue, which features an ideal data collection mix of high and medium speed turns together with some long straights. Wolff emphasized in his official preview for the event that since the track itself is a good all-rounder, it really puts every aspect of the car to the test. It is important to note, however, that although Mercedes had lots of data collected from the previous test session, they finished it with the launch spec W13, which featured conventional side pods. This is something that should be taken into consideration. The side-pod-less version didn't show up until the next test session at the Bahrain International Circuit. This could make it harder for Mercedes to do what they want to do with the correlation process. Mercedes is aware that the W13 has untapped potential. As a result, Mercedes might find a greater value in the data they have already gathered so far this season, particularly towards the beginning of the Miami weekend. During the Friday practice session in Florida, Mercedes-AMG drivers George Russell and Lewis Hamilton, who are both equipped with a number of modifications, finished first and fourth respectively. This may indicate that Mercedes is making some progress. But this pace vanished almost entirely overnight, as Russell was eliminated in qualifying round 2 and Hamilton barely made it into qualifying round 3. On race day, the two of them finished in the positions designated as best of the rest. Mercedes has found answers to some of its most pressing problems after rigorously working its way through the data in the week or so since then, and more potential solutions are going to be tested this weekend. In his official preview for the Barcelona weekend, Wolff made the following comment: "With the third quickest car underneath us, we extracted the maximum points possible in Miami. During the practice session on Friday, the car displayed glimpses of its full capability. We kept trying different ways to set things up and added some new parts. This gave us answers and pointed us in the right direction." After a filming day run on Paul Ricard on Wednesday, where the team didn't say much about its plans for Barcelona, George Russell's car arrived at the Barcelona track on Thursday, which showed how much the team is changing for the weekend. As Mercedes unloaded the W13 from its transporter at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, it instantly became evident that the team had a few fresh tricks up its sleeve. For Spain, the team has changed the design of the floor's edge by adding a scythe-like wing that is held in place at 3 points along its length by metal stays. In order to include it, the contour of the floor alongside the edge wing was changed, with a more noticeable elevated area evident before it merges into the design of the floor spat region ahead of the rear tire. Additionally, this has been changed, and it does not appear to be as upswept as before. Although the modifications to the livery that were made in Miami to the wheel deflectors and rear wing have been removed, the team has not yet returned the livery to the state it was in before Miami, and as a result, the team is still exploring ways to decrease the weight of the car by any means possible. It won't be a tremendous weight loss, but removing some of the paint will help it get closer to the lowest mass that they are allowed to run at, which is a requirement for competition. So, this was all about this video. I hope you liked the information given in the video, and if you have anything on your mind, feel free to comment below. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to get more videos like this. And also make sure you hit that bell icon so that you get the latest notification of all the latest updates on our channel. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.